As the game is about to get underway, let's go ahead and just toss ourselves into this game. And
Toss me in, Turtle.
It's the grand finals. I'm yeeting you in here. I'm throwing you into the finals. And it's going to be a good one. I think we definitely got the two of the best of the bunch. And I'm hoping we get not a 4-0. I'm happy with a non-4-0 series.
We do only get 3 series. This is the last one. This is going to be a best of 7. Both of the best of 7s we've seen so far have been 4-0s. And for the respective teams you're watching here, that one, Snowman, he's picking one right off the post.
Dude.
He's been doing this all day.
Oh, man.
Or just wide at least.
Not Luke, again. Okay.
Good save.
Goldheart.
Now, Goldheart's going to be the one to watch out for here on the Valley Christian side. He's been able to take over their previous series and mechanically has been incredibly sound. See if Desert Vista can keep up with his pace and his control.
And that was the first bit of defense I think we've actually seen from Valley Christian, where they really had to hold on to a lot of pressure from their opposition. And that one, not going to find a touch.
There he is.
DeVoe not able to get it. Snowman flying through.
And Snowman, we were kind of laughing earlier because he has hit a lot of posts. He has put it wide, but he's always in the mix.
Yeah.
And this is a great example of him following up, diving the net, and pushing one home. Desert Vista on the board first.
And Debo was so close to getting a touch there too, but just unfortunately couldn't find it. And now it's an all-out brawl in the midfield. That kickoff, quite awkward. Goldheart flick over one, and it should be on target, but Snowman, he got the goal, and now he's getting the save.
Yeah, Snowman again now picking up defensively. Offensively putting away their first goal, and then defensively making a big save. Goldheart called his own number, and he is here again off the ceiling. This one getting away from him. And that attack right there, Turtle, is what Desert Vista has to look out for. When Goldheart has boost and space in the midfield, someone has to get up.
I mean, somebody's got to find him in the air, and they're meeting them quite well with some good 50-50s. Goldheart, another challenge. Actually, I think he lost it on purpose to give his team a little bit of some more possession off the backboard. Look at the control, and that is just the sign of a great player. You're able to get out on to the opposition's half by yourself. It's a solo play. Great stuff from Valley Christian.
And it's great, too, because he's got follow-up from GameFu and from Debo as well, both attacking the far side. Especially when Goldheart gets out of a tough situation with his mechanics, he can rely on the consistency from his teammates to push downfield with him.
But so far, it's been quite a tight game. Valley Christian, it's weird to see them not score 8 goals within the first half.
They're shut out right now.
Yeah.
They might have eaten a little too much catering or something. Who knows?
Oh, it's been good food.
Snowman. It's a good pass over to Nick. Nick putting this one, I think that was a bit high, but regardless, good passing play coming out from Desert Vista. Snowman just wants to boot this one downfield, and it might pay off. Goldheart there to finally try and clean this up a little bit. GameFu looking to slow things down, and a big clear from Debo will ensure Desert Vista not scoring on that attack.
We'll see what they have to offer now as they look to mount some type of attack. Demoed out the way. That's a big one from Luke. Should alleviate the pressure, but Snowman can't find any clear to some open space. Through the corner. Luke patient on the backboard, and we've seen great signs from a stoic defense on both sides. It's been patience out of Desert Vista, and then a lot of individual skills from Goldheart to find these clears. So some good notes, especially to take down on each team. But at the end of the day, Valley Christian, they're the ones not able to get something on the board.
And Goldheart, he just didn't have enough boost. If he did, he probably could have gotten up and over that shot and at least put it on target. Just looking for a bump on Snowman, who's very patiently sitting on the goal line. GameFu and Valley Christian looking for their first goal, held to nothing so far. Desert Vista has done a great job here, running out of boost. Flip reset. It's not going to sneak under the bar, but it's an own goal from Nick. Desert Vista couldn't hang on to it, and even with Goldheart running out of boost, still finds a way for this one to trickle in.
It's the KBM Warrior flip reset. It wasn't on target. Nick just stopped his car right on the goal line, anticipating it was going to bounce out, but it goes down off his car and in. Unfortunately, you can't plan too well against those flip resets and the way it's going to bounce off the crossbar. That was a missed opportunity for Desert Vista to get back into it.
The good news is, you know, a big point we made before the start of this series, Turtle, was that Desert Vista would have to convert on their chances. I think they've done a decent job so far. Now they're feeling a little bit more pressure from Valley Christian. I think Valley Christian is starting to figure out what Desert Vista is bringing to the table. And Goldheart sitting on full boost in the back of his net is a good sign for them to pick this one up downfield.
Here we go. Looks like Desert Vista might have an opportunity. They do. They slip it under. was quite an awkward clear at first. It didn't look like Valley Christians had any way to read where Snowman was going to go because they saw two players jump forward. Gainfu doesn't know who's going to take the shot and instead opts to be more patient, and that's going to bite him.
Yeah, and that's what really confused Gainfu. He didn't know who was going to take the ball on Desert Vista's side. I don't think Desert Vista knew either. So for Valley Christian, giving up yet another goal. Desert Vista looking to close out game one.
This could, I wouldn't say be an upset, but with what we've seen so far today, it looked like the favorites were going to be Valley Christian, but Desert Vista, they've got other plans today, Corelli.
It's tough to get a gauge on Valley Christian just because of the blowout that they had in their first game. Obviously, we mentioned a little insider information from the coaches. These teams have been trading blows. Desert Vista has definitely been one of the top teams, but Valley Christian there to fight back. Debo this time, and it's Gainfu and Debo combining. They don't even have to enact Goalheart. And a great shot from Debo on the near post, finds his equalizer with 26 seconds left.
And that's just a beautiful shot from the right side. Especially under so much pressure, you know you have to hit that. It's the only opportunity you're going to get within the final 30 seconds, and Debo nails it. But hold on a second, Snowman off the backboard. There's space. Debo can't get a touch. And unfortunately for Desert Vista, there is no follow-up. Luke, poor touch, goes back towards his own half. And here come Valley Christian.
Shot from Debo. Luke has to make the save. He does. Goldheart's up. Maybe one last chance here for Valley Christian. They aren't going to attack on it. And Debo, he's got some boost. He's got to go the length of the field. 0-second time. Once this ball hits the ground, it's over, or at least into overtime, and we will go to overtime. Valley Christian battling back to find their equalizer and send this one to OT.
What a first game to get out of the best of 7. Can't ask for more than an OC, and that was mechanical brilliance out of Debo, but unfortunately, it's not enough to get through the defense. Nick up high, up early, but the second man gets bumped. Another shot off the crossbar, and we're getting back and forth plays from Valley Christian.
Another one going high. Goldheart placement matters, puts it home, and Valley Christian getting hype in the lab and putting this one away in 24 seconds.
And you could just hear the energy. Hopefully it's coming through on the mic. If not, you know for a fact these players, the rivalry, they go so deep with the Valley, or excuse me, within the Valley and all these high schools, as you want to say. And that was a fantastic first showing from Valley Christian to battle back. It looked like Desert Vista was going to take the win, but just in the last 30 seconds, we saw a blue team goal.
And for Valley Christian, I mean, that was a welcome goal. This was a game they were playing from behind a lot. So for them to come out on top, Desert Vista felt like they had the edge for the majority of that game, but you can see here at the end, Valley Christian, a lot of these shots, I'd say 3 or 4 of them came in that final 20 seconds. So of regulation, then of course into overtime as well. So for Valley Christian, really cranking up the heat, going to that next level in overtime in the waning seconds of that game.
And I really think it just speaks to what we talked about in that previous series, where I didn't think Valley Christian got tested in this setup. You know, they've been playing previously, it was very one-sided, so obviously they didn't have to deal with too much of a challenge. And then now they come out here and they have to, you know, figure out what it feels like to get scored on and to have to battle back. You know what I mean, Curly?
And that's kind of the scary thing now for Desert Vista. I mean, you're going up against a team that now has fought through adversity in their first game and what's been kind of a cakewalk for them. And you could hear it, at least we could hear it, their excitement after the end of that game. And that was a tough, tough game one. And we could get 6 more with the way this one's going.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This could be a long series, and that's what we wanted here for the grand finals between these two high schools. And a lot of these players have, you know, opportunities to play in college as we get into game number 2. Lot on the line here. Who's going to, you know, find some momentum early on? Valley Christian have gotten the first game. If they go up 2-0, that's obviously a lot of momentum built in their side. Desert Vista, they want to stop it early.
I think for Desert Vista, kind of a painful way to lose that game. Obviously, OT hurts. Great save coming out from Nick. And now another chance. Goldheart, no connection there. In fact, neither the attacker or defender getting a piece of that. Nick trying to jump on top of this. Snowman, maybe a double tap. He's got enough boost to get there, but not enough to put it on target. And he had Goldheart beat. It's a good sign for Desert Vista if they can make that happen.
I like what I'm seeing, though, out of Desert Vista. Besides that whiff from Nick in the midfield. Unfortunately, can't get a touch. And there's a lot of space, Debo. I think he's going to opt to go for the bump instead, but Goldheart wasn't in position to take the shot. It was a good opportunity. It was a good idea, but unfortunately just not enough to break through. Gainfo still. Good clear forward. Debo, I like the positioning, but Goldheart's going to take it instead.
Valley Christian, they really kind of mix things up here. They're playing a lot more of just boom ball into space.
Right.
Not necessarily trying to hold the possession. I feel like Desert Vista, that's the only way they know how to play is to hold on to that possession. Ooh. We were talking about it with the Desert Vista coach. He was saying this is the same team he's had for 2 years now. So when we talk about that teamwork and cohesion, there's a good reason why Valley Christian, they've had a couple of new players come on. But for Desert Vista, not only do you have a team that's been playing together for 2 years, but now you have a team that's all seniors as well. That plays in to the confidence of a team. There's experience behind there. You were saying earlier, you know, you're kind of the kings of the castle in your own school. Double tap for Luke, tough angle, and Goldheart there to break it up.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to find it too, but the defense on top of it, sniffing it out. Luke crashing in early with the rotation. Looks like we're seeing Desert Vista pick up some momentum on the opposition's half, but at the end of the day, you need to find a way to create an opportunity. I'm not seeing a lot of space, not seeing a lot of shots. They're moving down the field, but nothing too ideal has been working out in their favor, and these clears are really kicking them.
I think that's the perfect way to put it, is there hasn't been an ideal chance here in game 2 from anyone. There's been a couple good shots.
And triple commit, too.
Triple commit, but hey, if you're going to triple commit, you might as well get the clear, and they got that.
Oh, no, they're running out of boost. They're getting bumped. Oh, Debo wanted something fancy out of the net.
And now you're seeing a little bit of a different positioning coming out from Valley Christian. Before, there was a lot of Goldheart in the midfield and playing as that first man, just cutting the rotation. Now he's sitting as a deep third, a little bit more defensive, a sweeper type role where they're just waiting for Desert Vista to do exactly this, boom it downfield, and then you're hoping it falls into the hands of Goldheart for him to set himself up downfield.
Right. At this point, I think if Desert Vista can find multiple layers, and there it is, they will certainly get that first goal. And when I mention multiple layers, I'm talking about the demos, sending more people forward, having extra abilities in your rotation to get something like that, a demo, opening up space. And we do see the first goal for Snowman.
Yeah, I mean, this one could end 1-0 with the way it's been going very back and forth. Valley Christian now. The ball's in their court to battle back, to answer
double
back.
Tap.
Debo might have a double tap, but he can't get over it. Goldheart fighting for every inch. Someone needs to dive the net. Gainfu's there, and he'll put it home.
Gainfu quick to respond, and this is huge for Valley Christian's morale. They needed to get back into this game, and they did it within 30 seconds. And that's Goldheart doing work on the backboard, being a pest. I mean, he's just staying up there, getting the touch, throwing the defense off, and setting it up smoothly for the following player.
Good work from Valley Christian. Not only to put that one away, but to do it as a response to the goal from Desert Vista. It's tough when you're in a tight game. You go back and forth, and then you finally break a little bit. And you have to battle back. Desert Vista now trying to find their go-ahead goal once again. But it's all Valley Christian with possession. Debo looking for more space, and I don't think Goldheart trusted it. Goldheart could have probably made it if he had read the play.
Goldheart. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to boost his rotation based off that rotation on the back post. Kind of awkward for him, but there he is again. A lot of defense from him. And you're right, Corelli. He hasn't really been fitting into that offensive play style that we saw in the previous matchup. He's sitting back farther in the corners and getting clears like this for his team.
Clear from Luke, but it's only as far as Debo. Less than a minute to go in game 2, all tied up.
Gainfu.
Not a ton of boost here for Snowman, but he will carve his way out downfield. Nick also running out of boost, but fighting for every inch above the net. You love to keep this pressure if you're Desert Vista, not let Valley Christian have another chance, but everyone rotated back. Goldheart, well, he can only go as far as Nick. Debo winding up.
Oh, this is a good one. Unfortunately, just couldn't find Gainfu. I think that's the player he wanted to pass to, but Goldheart had to cut rotations just to keep it in the orange half. And yet they're still on the onslaught, on the attack. Let's see what can happen given the chance. I'm sure they will strike. 10 seconds remaining. And Valley Christian
could be here.
Hunted for another one.
Could be here.
Oh.
Nobody gets the read on the back wall, and Gainfu, the go-ahead goal with 5 seconds left. Just a little floater over the defense.
And those are the hardest ones to hit with 10 seconds remaining. I mean, the clock is winding down. You feel the pressure the most. And of course, you're going to make a mistake because it's just slightly out of reach. 3 seconds remaining. Maybe Desert Vista can pull off a miracle, but that ball gets smacked to the ground. Valley Christian sneaking away with another game win.
Yeah, absolutely. Valley Christian, I mean, this is, like you said, just eking out a win here in the end. And for Desert Vista, again, very painful way to lose, right? There was an opportunity where they could absolutely come out and just finish this game off. And for Valley Christian, they just never seemed to go away.
I mean, they were so close to getting that win. Desert Vista, it looked like they were going to send it to overtime. That's what you were assuming was going to happen. And then Valley Christian, with a little bit of some added pressure, changed the tides of the battle. And now things start to get a little bit risky, a little bit scary for Desert Vista. You've got to stop the momentum. You can't let this go to a reverse sweep in a best of 7, Corelli. That is just not where you want to be sitting at. And unfortunately, they're just looking at one more game before that happens.
And you just can't let it slip away, right? This is the moment where Desert Vista has to win this game. It feels like Valley Christian, it's going to be too much of a hill to climb for Desert Vista. Valley Christian, definitely not the type of team that's just going to give up a 3-game lead in a series.
Yeah. And we'll see how this game starts. I mean, I don't want to say it's the last chance for Desert Vista. We've seen reverse sweeps in a best-of-7 setting, but my word, you need to build something right now as we're halfway through, it feels like, the series. But Debo, he wants to end this soon and get some revenge against Desert Vista.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle of attrition if Desert Vista can get back into this. The series is going to extend, right? It's going to be a longer series. And that's what I think DV is hoping for at this point. But you got to get one on the board.
Let's see. Gainfu, good control from the corner. Nice, even better 50. Keep that one moving forward. Not the best pinch, but they're just looking for any type of mistake out of DV. And Goldheart's already up early. Look at the defense. I mean, pre-jumping the shot to get in front of it. Ridiculous stuff. And he's letting his teammates just build something on offense because of that defense.
And it almost paid off for Gainfu. Just couldn't get back around to it. But Gainfu still, great first touch. Trying to get control of it again. Goldheart, he's got boost.
He's up early.
And this is where he's dangerous. To the ceiling he goes again. And putting a hand up. Turtle, that's what we've been talking about. You got to get up and shut him down. And Desert Vista does just so.
And they almost reaped the rewards, too. A good shot on target. Gainfu could have followed it up, but unfortunately passed it right to Nick. And we've got a back and forth battle in the midfield. One team cannot seem to control offense for too long before it gets swung the other way.
Snowman shot on target, puts it home, and Desert Vista finally getting on the board once again. Talk about them. How many shots are they able to generate? And Snowman seems to be behind most of them.
Yeah, I mean, he's been the catalyst on offense, constantly putting shots on target. And if they're not on target, they're bouncing off the post and still applying some pressure here, Corelli. DV, good start. But they'll need to hold on to it, and that's something they've struggled with all series long. They might have gotten the lead a couple of chances, but within the final 60 seconds, that's when this game is the hardest. You've got the pressure. You need to hold it down. And unfortunately, they have just been crumbling a little bit under it.
And for Desert Vista, I mean, this is a point in the game where they've been in multiple times, as you're alluding to, right? A 1-0 lead, a scrappy 1-0 lead. For Valley Christian, excuse me, they have an opportunity here to fight back once again. And if it happens for a third time, Turtle, you really start to think about the mental for Desert Vista.
Here we go, Nick. No chances given to him. Debo sliding in on the right side. 50-50 doesn't go his way. Gainfu, good control. He wants to steal the boost, but opts for the ball instead. He's going to get demoed as he's leaving his rotation. And that 50-50 went right out to Nick. Perfect 50-50 and an even better execution.
Yeah, great execution from Desert Vista. I mean, this is an opportunity that, you know, I don't think they were trying to generate.
That's a gift right there.
It's a quality challenge from Snowman, and that's what sets up Nick for the shot. So Desert Vista, a rare sight for them to kind of build a 2-goal lead. And for Valley Christian, now we really get to see what they're made of. They've been able to come back behind a goal here and there. What happens when you're down by 2?
And I'm still kind of questioning DV's ability to hold on to the lead. But like you said, a 2-goal lead is a different story.
You really look towards Goldheart, who, because of his more defensive role in this game, we haven't seen as much of the mechanical take on the whole team type of play. He's been involved. This one almost sneaks by Snowman. But Desert Vista, I think they're happy with just booming the ball to space, and that's not a bad strategy when you're just trying to get one on the board here.
Oh, almost got the pre-jump pass back to Goldheart. That's a good flick. Gainfu up early, but can't beat a player already sitting in position on the backboard. Speaking of backboard, we're trying to throw that several times if you're Valley Christian, just waiting for a mistake to come out. But I haven't seen too many passing plays between each other. They're just kind of booming it towards the half of DV, hoping they make a mistake, but that's not enough. With a minute remaining, you've got to start taking the initiative and applying some better aggression, Corelli.
Look towards Goldheart, who doesn't have a ton of boost. Tried to look that one towards net. This one's going to go a bit high, but it's a good idea from Debo. No follow-up. Gainfu's getting involved quickly. 45 seconds left. Goldheart wanted the double tap, but he got punted out of the way. Debo, can he get over this one? He does, and it was too far wide. The near post shot can't convert. Demo's come out. Goldheart has to tap this one in, and Valley Christian finally start the timer on the comeback.
That's always within the final 60 seconds. These guys just want to heat up in the last minute, and they do just that. Goldheart finishing off the great demo that we got previously, swiping across the goal line. And now we're within one. DV, they feel the pressure, and they've been in this exact spot before, Corelli.
Ooh. Nick, one-on-one, maybe two-on-one. Luke going for the bump, and Nick, can he put it through? He can on the challenge. Great little team play between Nick and Luke.
Look at the fake.
Slows it down, then gets Debo to turn his back, and Luke chases him down. A quality challenge from Nick as well means Desert Vista back up by 2.
So much composure. Not only do you get the fake after the first player, you still continue to slowly move down the field, letting your teammate have some time to go for the bump, and then you squeeze it past them. That was just a ridiculous play. But Valley Christian, they're not out yet. Certainly going to go down swinging. But this felt like a must-win for Desert Vista, and they found it. Cannot see a chance for Valley Christian. Even if they get one here, it would have to be a miracle to steal this one away, and they're not going to do it. 6 seconds remaining, not enough time, and Desert Vista with a great bounce back, get themselves back in the series.
Yeah, one that I think they deserved after their first couple of games. It felt like, you know, they were in command for the majority.
Absolutely.
So for Valley Christian, back to the drawing board. 2 goals is just too much for them, apparently, to come back from. They did it a couple times with just a single goal here and there, but for Valley Christian, this game certainly didn't go according to the game plan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can say that, but it was still quite close. They just need to figure out a way to throw the coal in the furnace a bit earlier. I mean, they need to get the fire started within the first minute, Corelli. You can't let this just wind down. I feel like they're waiting for mistakes, assuming DV is going to make those mistakes. And in this game in particular, they did not. And there were no freebies this time. Valley Christian had to work for it. And if you've only got 30 seconds to get your head back into the game, it's not going to happen.
Right. And for Desert Vista, I think maybe a little relief here. They finally are able to close out a game that they were leading not only by 1 goal, but by 2 goals. Yeah. So for Desert Vista, you put up 5 shots, convert on 3 of them. That's much better, right? We were harping on them, their conversion rate. That's a pretty good conversion rate, at least for Rocket League standards. Valley Christian, 6 shots for 1 goal. And allowing Desert Vista to finally get a foothold, and not a moment too soon, too, for Desert Vista, because, I mean, this is a team that, I mean, could have gone down 3-0, and, again, you think about mental at that point, where you had multiple games where you're so close to hanging on to the lead. You get back into this series without having to worry about being backs against the wall.
Yeah, no more reverse sweep. Desert Vista, I mean, that's already just a huge relief, but there's still more work to be done. You're still trailing by 1 game. And after that, it's all tied up. Let's see what happens. Valley Christian, are they mad? Are they angry? It looks like it with the demo.
But no one was there to put it home. Goldheart did all the work, and then the demos came out from Debo, but you just couldn't get someone to put the shot on target, and now Luke threatening the net. Desert Vista flipped this one on its head. Snowman's going to try his luck. That one directly at Gainfu. And Goldheart, a decent challenge over to Debo, and he'll clear that one downfield.
That's a huge clear, too, and a demo. Top it all off, but they can't find anything. That Snowman pass was sublime, absolutely beautiful, but couldn't find it.
I think they've let Debo off the chain. That's 3 demos for him now already. He's just chasing players down. We haven't seen too many demos. I've seen a couple here and there, but I think 3 in the first minute is quite intentional. from Debo. He's ran out of boost. Nick, double tap, can't get it. Follow-ups there. Snowman, bouncing shot off the crossbar. Luke can't go. And Desert Vista, that's another one you feel like one of those shots had to have been on target.
Yeah, and if there's one team that can recover from a loss, it's going to be Valley Christians. They've got that coach behind them doing some strong work, trying to just figure out and download the opposition. And I think that with the demos implemented from Debo, that could be them trying different strategies here moving forward, really.
Let's see if Luke can get a hold of this one. Valley Christian looking to keep their attack going. Debo awkwardly approaching that one means Desert Vista happy to take it away. Flip reset from Game Fu. Okay.
On the defensive side, too, that's just...
I mean, if he got the power, that one was going
Yeah.
downfield.
I like to see it. Debo has to get a touch. He does. Nick still wins at 50. Goldheart wants to kill into the corner, and he's getting past two defenders now. He's got the dribble. Can't get past the third Snowman. And a shot on target to go, but nothing budging on either side.
Yeah, Goldheart really hasn't had a lot of the opportunity that you would like to see for Valley Christian. Again, that's part of the game plan when you push it back a little bit, but I feel like they might have switched things up here.
Oh, Nick almost got a piece of it. Saw him floating in there. Goldheart, shot on target. Could have punished, but Luke just in time.
Yeah, great stop by Luke, and he's got to get up again, and he gets some help from Snowman. But Valley Christian hunting. Pushing this one across. They're trying to feed it over to Goldheart. He just picked up boost. Plays this one out, but no one on the Valley Christian side there to receive. Debo just playing deep in the midfield. A couple touches will keep Valley Christian in, but with no boost. I think Nick wanted to just blast this one away. Demos come out. Goldheart trying to get
Another
back
demo?
in time, and he does. Luke trying to cut it back across. That one goes short. Follow-up from Nick's there, but it's too late. Game Fu. They're cleared away.
And that was an awkward play. I think Snowman should have been in that spot for the rotation, but they got caught up, and that's a shot opportunity off the right post. Valley Christian, they can smell a goal right now. They're so close to it. 1:46 to go.
Despite all this, we sit knotted at 0. Nobody putting one away. It's I think it's been classically back and forth here. Like, I feel like both teams have had an opportunity. This could be it. They can't get back, and Goldheart finally puts one away for Valley Christian.
The KBM monster shooting it from what feels like midfield, just a little bit above the line, and that's on target. It's accurate, and it's punishing the defense that just had no rotation in the net.
A needed goal for Valley Christian. Now Desert Vista has to go to work to fight back. Luke can't get a hold of it. Goldheart through 1 and over 2. To the sky he goes. Flip reset. A second flip reset was there, but broken up by Desert Vista.
Now there's full boost for Game Fu. What does he do? The first touch is just all the way out forward, but instead, looks like DB's going to pass it to Debo. And now everybody committed. Nick, what's he going to do? There's free space, open net. Does he have the time? He has the flick, but just took too long.
Yeah, tough to get a hold when he didn't have a lot of boost there. And Goldheart through 2. Careful here. Game Fu trying to take advantage of the last man back, and Nick does a great job at the last moment. Is able to get over that. Goldheart shot denied again. One more would do it for Valley Christian to end this game. And they would put Desert Vista on match point. Follow-up from Snowman's there, and Desert Vista find their lead equalizer.
Oh, and it's a taste of their own medicine. Desert Vista, they're the ones walking away with an equalizing goal in the last 60 seconds. Snowman snuck into the rotation and a little chip shot over him to find this game back where it started.
Wasn't easy for Desert Vista. It felt like Valley Christian really pushing after their first goal. 30 seconds left on the clock. Desert Vista pushing once again. But it's Valley Christian coming up with possession. Game Fu with boost. Goldheart waiting in the box. He's got full boost as well. Everyone getting up to this one. Nobody connecting on the Desert Vista side. Snowman, the last man, just has to poke it away.
It's not enough, and Debo actually missed the clear, and nobody expected it from his teammates, but that shot was wide. That could have been it, Corelli. And now here comes Valley Christian.
Is this the dagger?
Debo, what's he got? A big first touch to the corner, and this ball's going to hit the ground. Into OT we go.
And that was a huge break for Desert Vista. I mean, Goldheart had his entire setup there. Just couldn't put it on target. Now Goldheart again, full boost to work with. Look out, he goes under 1. And for Desert Vista, does well to have layers in that box. Follow up from Luke. There's a shot towards net, but Debo on the clear. This one possibly going longer than our previous overtime. GameFu, the net's wide open. Nick has to get this touch. He doesn't, but GameFu can't get over it. That was the opportunity for Valley Christian.
I think if GameFu just left that ball, Goldheart would have been sitting comfortably underneath the net. Now there's a demo opportunity for Luke, who is hunting down Debo, excuse me, but no contact was made. Each team has exchanged a couple of blows, a couple of shots, but right now it looks to be in favor of Valley Christian. They are on the attacking foot. Let's see what else they can generate.
Luke gets demoed. Collection here from Nick off the back wall. Great clear over the first man and the challenge into the second. Unfortunately, there's no follow-up, and someone's got to get up if you're Desert Vista. Luke somehow is able to read that play perfectly.
Ooh. Open space. That's right to Goldheart, not the player you want to have full boost, Corelli.
Dangerous here for Desert Vista.
Double
flip reset's coming.
reset.
He's got another one, and he goes wide on the shot. Debo trying to keep it in play. Off the backboard it goes. GameFu's there, can't get over it. Goldheart, full boost as well. Can he get back to this in time? He can. But Nick's there to jump on top. And Desert Vista trying to stay above water. Valley Christian gone to a different gear here in the overtime.
Snowman, good possession behind the ball. He got the full boost pad as well. 50-50, not on point. And Luke is forced to get a touch to the corner. That's going to bounce perfectly for Goldheart. Shot on target, but just slightly off the crossbar. And the ball's going to slip in. And it's Goldheart to steal it, but Debo found the accuracy.
Yeah, Debo putting that one on target. That was a great first shot from Goldheart to keep it dangerous. And he does get a touch on it to steal it away.
That's crazy.
In the end, everyone contributing for Valley Christian. They are up 3-1 in the series.
Match point for Valley Christian. Those guys, I thought they were going to let the lead slip away, and we see Desert Vista sneak back into a 2-2, but they just didn't have what it took to close that series out, that game.
Shout out our crowd in the lab there.
Yeah, look at the squad.
Shout out the crowd. There
look at the
are.
squad.
Look at the squad. There we go. We got one person to wave at us. It's been a good series.
Hey, they got a nice TV. Their TV is bigger than ours, dude.
I know, that's crazy.
Okay, we got small little monitors up here.
Right. That ain't right.
It's not right. But as long as the players have good setups, and indeed they do. Okay, they're chilling right now in a toasty 240 FPS, and we're gonna wait to see if Valley Christian can close out this series, close out the tournament. This would be a victory that they can stamp on the CCS Showcase.
Yeah, this would be a big win if they can close out this series. And I mean, the scoreline, if they were to win 4-1, just hypothetically for a second, this would go down on paper as a dominant win. I mean, 4-1 is pretty dominant,
right?
But I would not say it's a dominant win. They had to come from behind.
Definitely
in
not
multiple of the, at least in the first 2 games here. So for Valley Christian, they have fought for every single one of their wins so far. Desert Vista have been so close to really flipping the series score here in this series so far. We'll see if they can.
They finally got some foot in there in the last 60 seconds. They were running with that goal. They tied it up. The OT had a couple of chances, but even then, Valley Christian, they're mental. They bounced back so quickly, and I think that just speaks to where they are right now with that coach sitting behind them. They know how to get business done and how to close out a game or recover when things aren't going their way.
Yeah, and that's something that few teams have. Valley Christian certainly does in this series alone. And Goldheart was a huge, I think, contributor to their attack in the last game. They certainly changed things up. You saw Debo chasing players around a lot more. Goldheart's been let off the chain a little bit more. He's been moving downfield, not just sitting as that third-man sweeper and cleaning up anything. He's finding himself in these situations a lot more. Flip reset found. Goldheart attacking. Look out. Defense can't get over it, and Snowman there to clear it away.
And Debo's still getting bumps even as he's rotating out. That means he's going to be a little bit slower, and it actually could be to his detriment, but fortunately enough for him, he's got Goldheart sitting there on his team. And still even more demos, but this one's on Snowman, taking out Goldheart. First minute came and went. It's been scoreless so far, and you know the nerves are there for Desert Vista. Their backs are against the wall. They've got to make a stance here and find something, but clearly it's not working.
I think for GameFu, he was surprised that this one stayed with him the whole time, and he just carried this one an extra couple touches, gets by Nick, and it means Debo can follow it up. And again, Debo, he's in the same role that Snowman is, man. He's just always in the mix. He's always under the play, above the play. He's always there. in that moment, when it came down from Gainfu, he's put it there to put it away. Gainfu probably should have put that one away. This one's still dangerously going towards net. Luke, light clear. Debo gets a second chance, and he won't miss this time. A 2-0 lead for Valley Christian.
And now you can see the panic ensuing for Desert Vista. I mean, not only are they potentially on their last game in the series, but they've got to make a crazy stop and send 2 players up for the ball. Communication not ideal. And Valley Christian, my word, they have been swarming.
Yeah, they certainly picked up the pace in that overtime. And now the demo's coming out. It's just Nick on the ball, and he's got no boost. This one cleared back to the Desert Vista back wall. Luke can't get over it. Desert Vista trying to get back. Snowman in pursuit. And now it's just Nick. All of Valley Christian in front of him. Debo slowing it down, trying to get a hold of it.
Ooh.
Demo's come out. That's the man you want to demo if you're going to get one.
Luke's hunting for even more. It looks like the physical
There's no
gameplay
one
was some strategy. Nobody's home. Debo, he saw that everybody on Desert Vista wanted to get a demo, wanted to get a piece of his own team, but he says, you know what, this net's wide open. Why don't I just clear down there?
And now it gets dire. Desert Vista backs against the wall. You've got 3 minutes left in this game. Plenty of time, but you're down 3 goals.
Yeah, this is big.
You got to stop the bleeding here.
And you've got to do it soon. Can't wait until we get to the 60-second mark. That could be
there it is.
It is. Momentum started right when it needs to.
Well, it only took him, what, 7 or 8 seconds off the kickoff. Great dunk from Nick to deny Goldheart, and then the follow-up from Snowman. That's your boy right there. He's always in the mix. And for Desert Vista, we said they needed to get going. They got going, and they get one back quickly.
It's important for not only their chances, but Gainfu. That's painful right there. You see Desert Vista, they finally seem to be closing the gaps, and then right off the kickoff, it's Gainfu with an early shot.
And that's painful if you're Desert Vista. You get one back as soon as you go down 3, and then you're right back into the same spot.
That stings.
Luckily, not too much time has come off between those 2 goals, but certainly time not on your side.
Yeah, and they've got to get something moving. What feels like within the next 60 seconds, Corelli. 3 goals against a team like Valley Christian, whose defense has been relatively rock solid, especially if Goldheart's back there. They will find a touch. They'll meet you in the air. You need something special just to get past them once, but now you got to do it 3 times.
Nick, can he work some magic here on the back wall? Again, still plenty of time to get back into this. Debo gets a demo on Snowman, meaning no follow-up here. Taking away boost is Luke. Nick's there to keep the attack going. Dangerous ball. Everyone went from Desert Vista. And Debo, he just got to put this one across in front of the net. Someone will be there to push it home. And I don't blame Desert Vista, but I don't know if you need that desperation right now.
I mean, you had to send the entire fleet eventually. Do you do it with just above 2 minutes remaining? I'm not so sure, but at this point, you do need aggression. And now with a 4-goal lead, you do start to send everybody forward, Corelli. This is the point of desperation. You've reached it, unfortunately. And now we need something special. We need a miracle if we want to see DV get back into this game and get back into the series. Otherwise, Valley Christian just might run away with the grand finals.
And this game's been blown open. Definitely a far cry from the previous 4 games that we've had so far. And for Desert Vista, time working against them. Feels like an extra man on the field now for Valley Christian. If you're on the Desert Vista side, good dunks coming out from Debo, not allowing Desert Vista out at all.
Gainfu got a nice first touch. At this point, you're just running the clock down, maybe even getting 1 to go. Goldheart, 6-1. Valley Christian are unstoppable now. They've found their rhythm, found some momentum. 1 minute and 27 seconds to go. This looks like it's just about over. Corelli, I mean, what do you do? Is there a chance right now for DV?
I mean,
your boys, your squad, your school, Corelli.
The closest you're going to get here is you have to score off the kickoffs. I mean, you don't have enough time to spend 20 seconds in between each goal. But like we said in previous games, it's rare to see something past 4-goal comebacks. We're sitting at 5 right now. And even a 4-goal comeback is pretty rare as well.
Snowman, though, if there's a player to do it, it's going to be him. And he doesn't keep possession. And what a journey it's been for Valley Christian. These guys came in as definitely one of the favorites They showed up in their first series. It got a little shaky in the grand finals, but they learned how to close this one out, downloaded the team of Desert Vista, found their weaknesses, found the space, and now it looks like they're going to find a grand finals win.
And it started off rocky for Valley Christian. Those first couple of games, they felt like they were really, I think Desert Vista was getting the better of Valley Christian. The teamwork from Desert Vista was better. The control from the game from Desert Vista was better. But Valley Christian, they always found a way to get back into the game and then eventually win the game as well. And so we sit here 7-1. You say, wow, 4-1 on the scoreline. Wow, Valley Christian just destroyed Desert Vista. But they certainly did in this game. But the previous games, the previous 4 games, I feel like Desert Vista really let their grip slip off of Valley Christian when they were holding on to these leads. Goldheart, I think the switch up on how he was playing in this series certainly helped to kind of give a catalyst to the offense for Valley Christian.
I mean, just such a versatile player. Goldheart has been able to do so many different roles and play so many different roles. And one to go, Luke is going to put one in for Desert Vista. And that's a nice little morale boost there. We'll see how they're feeling after this one. But just making it out to this tournament, showing up at the CCS Showcase, we love to have them. We're happy to see them and all of the schools that made an appearance. And it's something that you can absolutely walk away being proud of, Corelli. This has been, regardless of taking home the trophy, you showed up and you were able to compete amongst the best in Arizona.
And Valley Christian's certainly showing to be the best. They're tacking on yet another one. Goldheart's going to get one for the road. That's 3 for him now, a hat trick on 5 shots. And Valley Christian just have to slap the bow on top of this one and send it on its way. 2 seconds left into the kickoff.
Wrap it up. Get a nice little bow because Valley Christian, they're taking home the W, Corelli.
They absolutely are. Debo, one last touch will do it. It drops to the ground, and Valley Christian, your CCS Showcase champions.
I mean, a ridiculous showing, not only in their first semifinal, Corelli, but now they come out into the grand finals, 4-1, confident win. You know, it wasn't easy for them, but they were able to adapt. They had definitely a couple of challenges and obstacles to overcome. Desert Vista gave them everything they had, but this team is just too rock solid of a unit, and they've got all the pieces.
And again, we got to give Desert Vista their flowers again. I think that this was a very, very close series, except for that last game. But we talked to the coaches before this, and it seems like Desert Vista can just never get the job done when it comes to playoffs against Valley Christian. You see it again here. And for Valley Christian, I mean, this was, in the end, dominance from them. And you got to give the coaching staff their kudos and the players their kudos as well to adapt to a series that was tough, I think, for Valley Christian, especially in the beginning. That was not easy for Valley Christian to get into their flow. They had to change up their play style. And when they did, good things started to happen. That's some great coaching, and it's also some great players that are getting some good feedback there.
And these players don't have a lot of LAN experience. I mean, they've played a couple here and there, and they've been very small-town LANs. And it's just crazy to see them come out and still be able to show signs of maturity on the field and just have an incredible performance and showing. But I do believe we've got an interview right now. We've got
think we do.
Debo, the legend himself, as we are going to transition now, and hopefully that headset will fit you. We looking good right now?
Good?
Yes, sir. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure the mic is going and everything. But how you feel, man?
Feeling great. Obviously not the most comfortable games, even though it's 4-1, all the games were close, but obviously a win is a win, and we pulled it out.
Yeah, you absolutely did. I think for you guys, I pointed it out, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. We have to switch out the headset. That's okay. I got you. As you guys kind of progressed throughout that series, I think early on, it felt like you had Goldheart playing a lot deeper. Then you guys started. Was there a switch that you guys had near like the halfway through that series?
Well, when we first came into it, obviously we know how good he is. We're trying to feed him. We're doing all that. Chris is an amazing player, and there wasn't exactly like a moment where we're like, all right, we're going to switch this up. But I think as we got more comfortable, we kind of figured out what they gave us and what we can do in order to score goals off of that. Take what they give us, you know.
Yeah, I think you guys definitely did that. Was there any point in this series where your confidence was starting to shake a little bit? Because Desert Vista, those first couple games, you guys had to come back 1 goal. You couldn't come back on the 2-goal comeback. Was there any point where like, uh-oh, you know, this is harder than we thought?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, we all have faith in each other, and even after that game, we know what we're capable of. And obviously, in our minds, when you're a competitor, you got to believe you're the better team and the better players. So obviously, you go down. Not a great feeling. It's really easy to get shaken up, but we kind of picked each other up, and we went just go next, you know?
So we know that there's a little bit of history between you guys and
Yeah.
Desert Vista. You guys have kind of like repeated that history a little bit here. Talk to me about the times that you guys have played Desert Vista and just like those competitions leading up to this.
Yeah, they're a lot like us, actually. Just a lot of really decent players around the same rank, and they're super competitive, just like we are. I'm pretty sure me and Gainfu Sam, we're all in the same grade from everyone from DV and then us. So we saw him sophomore year in regular season, obviously, and then in playoffs, which even though like the series itself wasn't particularly close, but every game within that series was not comfortable at all. We had to really work for it. So every year they give us a run for our money, and especially compared to a lot of the programs that don't take it as seriously, they've always been that team that you can't count out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, I know we played your little interview a couple times here, so I'll give you one more opportunity to shout out anyone you like. You guys are champions. Congratulations. Anyone you want to shout out?
Huge shout out to just my entire team, especially my coach. He has been the brains, and he has been everything about this program since he started coaching a couple years ago. He is the philosophy of our game, and he is the reason, I believe, for a lot of our wins and a lot of our tournament wins and playoff success. So big shout out to him.